Alright guys, Bludgeon Boy here to play some Ratchet and Clank. We're on planet Hoven.
That must be the ship that will transport the bomb.
Big ass ship that we got to destroy. And it doesn't look like any kind of phallic symbol or penile imagery. That is 100% your dirty mind and has nothing to do with me whatsoever. I just have to quickly check that I was actually recording the commentary. I've done that before. I wasn't recording the commentary. Oh, that's right. These guys take 2 hits to kill, don't they? Just on my computer, got an email from Office Right Forums, which is a forum I'm with. They organize the Grand Theft Auto multiplayer events that you see me uploading. There was a user a couple of months back by the name of Chocobo Power, and this guy was a dick. Like, he was just a complete prick. You've never seen someone treat people so poorly, you know. We probably have, it's the internet, but he was just a complete animal and had just no respect for anything. He had just no respect for anyone or anything. He treated people like dirt, especially people who were like new to the forum. And I mean, in events, he would antagonize people, he would call people names in the chat, and then he would play the victim game saying other people were causing the problem. And that he was, you know, he was just being attacked, and he was protecting the integrity of the forum and all this other bullshit, right? It was just insane, the things he was saying. And I can put them on screen for you. Because eventually the admins of the forum just went, I've had enough of this shit, and banned him. Completely banned him from the forum. And they made like a topic about it. Or the admins made posts about it going, this guy's been banned. And apparently he sent the admins, one of the admins, like a message. Because apparently one of the admins had signed up for an event he'd made. He'd made a GTA PS3 event. And he hadn't invited the admin. And the admin had signed up. So the admin was like, you know, where was my invite? It's a dick move not sending me an invite. And the Choco basically PM'd the guy saying, you know, I don't exactly send out the invites. I wait for people to ask me for the invites. I wait for people to send me friend requests. You know, like, that's so obvious. And nowhere in his topic was that mentioned, nor is that the forum policy. If you're going to host an event, you have to add everyone on the PSN, and you have to invite everyone to your event. That's the fucking rule. It's also common decency. And he basically just totally just abused the admin in this PM. Then, later on, said that he was watching a movie. Like, Choco sent the admin another PM saying he was watching a movie at the time, and that's why he went off at the admin. And that's what got him banned. In one of the PMs, he said something along the lines of, I don't abuse people, I don't treat people poorly, I don't say bad things. I've seen the guy say nothing but bad things to people. Like, I honestly couldn't name very many examples of him saying anything worth a damn. Like, it's just ridiculous what he was saying to people. So, in light of him saying that, and the admin was posting these PMs in this thread so everyone could read them, I just went, what the fuck? What are you talking about? You don't say anything bad. So I went through his recent posts and found at least 6 examples of him blatantly verbally abusing other people. I might even put them on the screen, because I screen capped them all in a list. or I might put them in annotations or something. And it's like, how can you have the goal to say that when it's blatantly wrong? Like, we have the evidence that proves you wrong. Yet, you dare say something like that. It just makes absolutely no sense. How can you be so retarded? And I posted a few more examples after that, but the original 6, like, people going, yeah, see... People like, said the post was funny and whatever else, so I was like, yeah, I make people laugh. That's what I do. But it was just seriously ridiculous to see someone actually claiming something that ludicrously against the truth, when the evidence just completely goes against them. After that, he was actually sending another one of the admins messages on Steam and the PSN and whatever else, begging, and I mean begging, to come back. Saying, I've learnt my lesson and I'm a new person, da-da-da-da. Typical bullshit that anyone says, when they've lost something that means something to them. I think this is the only social contact he must have. Because he was really, really desperate to come back. And because the admin was, not sure if friends is the right word, but we talked to each other in PMs about the incident, just making fun of it. So he sent me the messages that Choco was sending him about where he was begging him to come back and stuff, and offering. He was making these ridiculous offers like let's get a panel of judges to see if I can come back, or let me be an admin and I'll prove that I can run the forum well and I'm a decent all this ridiculous nonsense. And 2 months has passed since that happened. Now all of a sudden he's back. It's like, okay then. He wasn't very welcomed, that was for sure. People were pretty quick to call him out for what he was. And there was at least one person who directed him to the post that I'd made where I quoted all these dodgy things he said about people. And I'm hosting an event in a few days, and as soon as I heard the email, like the noise for me getting, oh no, whatever. As soon as I heard the noise, like the MSN noise for me getting an email, I'm like, I know exactly what this is, because I knew I'd seen his return before. Like I went on the forum earlier today and saw his return. I'm like, uh-oh. And as soon as I heard the email, I'm like, hey, buddy, he wants to join my event. God damn it.
My goodness.
But the way I see it, I'm not going to be a dick if he can prove that he's actually not a dick anymore. Then I have no reason to hold a grudge against him. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here.
You be nice.
That's what I'm going to do. That's good advice. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be nice.
That would be quite helpful for swimming underwater.
Whatever.
At the same time, though, I am so fucking skeptical. I am so fucking skeptical, honestly. I just
so handsome.
I know people don't change very often. It takes a lot to change a person permanently.
You come back and
it's just insane.
Any old time.
I didn't think I'd ever see him there again.
Will automatically
and he's back.
The hydro pack.
But you know, whatever, it's a forum. Who gives a fuck? There's a teleporter, isn't there? Is there? There should be. Yes, there is. Walking back. What am I doing? Yeah, I just... what the hell? Whoa! Sneaky fucks. Anyway, what else have I been doing? There's a lot of silence in this commentary. I don't know if it's that good. I'm gonna record my stand-up thing soon. That'll be good. I've written quite a bit of it. Most of the writing's been in like my head though, and not so much actually being written down. A lot of it's just me sorting out phrases and ways to express things in my own head. So I'm not. Most of it hasn't actually been written, but I think it'll go well. Because a lot of the in the performance that I did for my school last year, I performed about an hour's worth of stand-up that I'd written in, I don't know what, a term, 3 months or something. And from what I've like read on Wikipedia and things like that, and just from looking at the frequency of comedians releasing full-length specials, it takes about 2 years to perfect 45 minutes to an hour's worth of material. I created more than that in the space of 3 months. It was doomed from the start, you know. Some of it worked, a lot of it didn't though. So a lot of the old shit I'm going to remove and going to replace with new material. And I mean, I'm uncensored now, so I can say whatever I damn well please, for the most part. And that's got me like tickling with stuff that I'm kind of questioning, because oh shit, please don't fall. Yes, I've probably mentioned it on here like a million times. My formal and after party and whatever else with me wanting to screw people and have sex with particular girls and then blogging about all that shit. I basically want to make fun of that. Because there's so many things I can make fun of with that. But at the same time, talking about that got me in trouble in the first place. So I'm like, gotta be careful with how I talk about this. I think if I talk about it in the right way, it won't be too much of an issue. But at the same time, I just don't want to make that same mistake twice. Gotta be really careful. If done correctly, I think it'll be really funny. But there's that really fine line between this is hilarious and this is offending me and getting on my nerves. Because I mean, it's not about like the fact that I'm talking about sex. It's the fact that I'm talking about particular people. Because obviously, you know, talking about someone you like is fine. Talking about wanting to have sex with someone, not necessarily going into too much detail about who that particular person is, that's also fine. But otherwise, combining those things, not a good idea.
The ship is leaving.
Hang on.
But there's so much stuff that I wanted to make fun of that I didn't think of at the time.
I
Like,
sincerely doubt it.
when you leave school, at least in my country, probably in other Western countries as well. Not sure if poorer countries would do this or not, I don't know. They probably do. I've got no idea what it even has to do with it. But basically, you get what they call a reference, which is like your school basically gives you a document saying they went here, this is their academic performance. Not in terms of marks, but in terms of this is our opinion of the student. You know, things like they wore their uniform and you know they were attendant. They were diligent and they were a hard worker and they participated in all these extracurricular activities and all that kind of crap. That's what they mentioned. And mine has like maybe 1 or 2 lines of truth in it. It is insane how full of shit it is. They're just saying so many things that I just don't believe. And it was so fun going through that, because I'm almost finished this particular section, writing it, going through and ridiculing everything that they're saying. And remember, this is stuff that I would be potentially giving to employers to get me work. So, you know, most people would think, aren't you sort of shooting yourself in the foot there? Well, the thing is that when people, because most of it's these extravagant claims, and these claims that are just beyond truth, and they exaggerate a lot of stuff. Claims like I was a committed studier and things like that. They didn't all like I prepared for my study and I was a committed student and things like that. And I took an interest in my study and whatever else. Shit like that just isn't true. I'm gonna get fucking killed. Honestly, I've got no health left. Please die. Please, 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 please. Yes! Oh! Oh, for a moment there I thought it was going to respawn me with the ship back with intact health. I'm like, oh, fuck off. But yeah, things like that just aren't true. Like, I mean, I failed. There are exams where I sat there and wrote nothing. There are exams where I wrote barely anything. I didn't study at all. Like, these things just aren't true. And, like, they called me like a genuine person. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Genuine person? Yeah, I'm a genuine, bona fide, 100% Australian-made human being. It's not like I don't have a birth certificate that already verifies this information, you know. There's no point writing that down. Genuine is just a bullshit word that you use to describe someone who you can't label with any other positive attributes. It's just a bullshit word. And like, they called me quiet? Like, I get up on stage and make fun of anything I feel like. How the fuck am I quiet? That's not true at all either. And like a mature young man, I'm not mature. I still want to see boobies and play Mario Kart all day. And I don't want to find a job or drive a car. How the fuck am I mature at all? Complete nonsense. And they even said Liam was a good role model in the school. And I could not think of a line that expressed how absurd I thought that was. Because they can't possibly believe that. Because, I mean, I got up on assembly and made fun of the fence, this fence they put up around the school. I did that without permission. They also, after I did that, they accused me of, like someone had slipped a letter under the principal's door, critical of the something. I didn't even get to read it because I didn't know what the fuck it was. I didn't write it. But they accused me of writing it because I must have written. I'm the only person who's ever made fun of the school. I'm the only person who's ever criticized the school ever. So it must have been me. They accused me of doing that. There was also one time where I was in the library and I saw this sign. It basically said like students have to be quiet in the library and silly shit like that. And I'm like, one, the sign had really bad grammar. Not really bad grammar, but it had things. It was just really poorly written. And two, we should already know that. We really should already know that the library's a quiet place. And also, I mean, there are teachers in there who are loud and don't acknowledge that fact as well. Yet it was only directed at students. I wrote the sign down to make fun of it. I didn't make fun of it verbally. I stood in front of the fucking sign with my iPod and wrote it down. Just copied it down. I just dictated the sign onto my iPod. One of the librarians comes out, says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm writing down this sign." And they said, "Why?" And I said, to take the piss out of it. She then goes to the principal and gets me sent to the principal for writing a sign down. What the fuck? Since when is writing a sign down a crime? I didn't think attempted humor was a felony. I haven't even made a joke yet. I'm just writing the fucking sign down. Dictation with attempt to make a joke. Like, that's a fucking felony, according to this woman. And it was so ironic when I got there, the principal, I explained, I just wanted to make fun of the grammar in the sign. I didn't give a fuck who wrote the sign. I just wanted to make fun of the sign and how stupid I thought it was. I didn't care who wrote it. Apparently the person, the librarian who sent me to the thing had written it. So I was like, oh, you just butthurt because I'm making fun of your stupid fucking sign. But it's like, yeah, seriously. Oh, no, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Fuck. Oh, well. Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, you can't seriously think I'm fucking trustworthy if you're... Oh. Take 3. You can't seriously think I am trustworthy if you're sending me to the principal for writing a sign down. I had no intention of going on assembly and repeating my fucking material. I had no intention of running around saying, hey, look at this stupid sign. I was just writing the fucking thing down. God, I'm having lots of trouble with this. Like, I just don't understand how the fuck you can possibly send someone to the principal for that. Like, my school's was generally easy going.
Problem, sir?
But this one just had a cock up her ass so deep,
Help
man.
yourself.
So butthurt.
Dang rocks are too tough. I keep breaking my drill.
That rock
This
is
is
well redeemed.
ridiculous, man.
Let me look at that drill.
See, I'm not trustworthy. I don't know how they can put that in my reference. It's just bullshit. And like, they're saying I'm quiet, because I mean, in an employment context, quiet is a synonym for submissive. It just means that I won't question what you tell me to do. And that depends entirely on what the workplace and what the people who work in the workplace do tell me to do. You tell me to do certain things, I'm not going to go along with it. I'm just like, if you tell me to kill a deer with a packet of marshmallows, I'm not going to do it, because it's just retarded. Not to mention I have no reason to kill a deer with a packet of marshmallows. I don't even like marshmallows. The fuck are you putting marshmallows in my hand for? I don't work with marshmallows. But it's just silly, all the stupid fucking things that I write down. So I think it'll be fun making fun of all of that, but some of them, I don't know, some of the materials kind of... I don't think what I do is edgy. Like, I mean, I'm a fan of, like, George Carlin and Bill Hicks and Lenny Bruce. I've seen edgier stuff than what I'm doing. I'm not edgy at all. But at the same time, I want to provoke people and piss people off and make people think. I don't know if the people from the school will see it, because I mean, I go to university now, so I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. I think it'll turn out okay. Much better than the hit and miss bullshit of the actual the material I presented on stage, definitely. Anyway, we'll go off to Gemlik Base. And we'll do some stuff. I'm sure we'll do something. Probably involve some kind of violence
It is
or
time to begin your new assignment.
majestic
a photo op by
moral
your shiny new
gratification,
shuttle.
blowing
Terrific
ships
idea.
out of the sky,
Oh, you really are an idiot.
kicking ass because we're all out of bubble gum.
You are to take that shuttle to the moon base and ambush those two miscreants
Stuff
when
like
they
that.
arrive.
Oh, yes. Who are they again?
Those two!
I love that they just have a wanted sign just lying around this random base. Like, that's his personal base. Why the fuck would anyone look at that? And why does that have to say wanted? What? Don't they have like a memo board or something where they can post this shit? Like, they have like a dedicated sign. These are the only two people we are looking for in the entire fucking galaxy. Just these two. No galactic police, no galactic, well, not National Guard, I guess the Space Fleet or Democratic Order of Planets or anything like that. Just Ratchet and Clank. That's all we care about. Just apprehend these motherfuckers and we will have absolutely, positively no one else in our way. It's the only people we're looking for is this random mechanic from a backwater planet and this robot that got away. Makes perfect sense. I'll see you later.